you encompass the energy of the person that you follow. So I've been watching human behavior, right? And what I've noticed with religious people and people that follow leaders, you think about Jesus. Jesus was essentially a hippie. Like, he was essentially your love everyone type. Everything is about love. Love your neighbor, do unto others as you wish to be done unto you, all that kind of stuff. And then when you find the followers of Jesus, right, you see them encompassing that same energy. So, you know, Christians can be annoying, but essentially they're doing things out of love. The most a Christian will say to you after they disagree with you is like, oh, don't worry, I'll pray for you. You know, they might condemn you to hell, right? But they'll say to you like, okay, I'll pray for you. But then if you look at the people that encompass following Muhammad, it's a different energy than you get to Christians. And so you have to kind of look at the energy that they follow. So if you look at him, he wasn't, oh, love your enemy type. He was a type of man that was at war a lot. He was the type of man that, you know, took slaves. He was a different energy, which is why I've always said the reason why the prison population, a lot of the prison population turn out to be Muslim, is because a lot of the prison population have that same energy. They go in there with an energy of angst, you know, energy of anger, and the energy that runs that prison system is an energy of angst, an energy of anger. So it makes sense to me why the prison system would follow Islam, like the majority of the prison system would follow Islam, because the follower of Islam was a man of angst and anger when you read him. I mean, even Hitler, look at Hitler as an example. People that follow Hitler, what's their energy like? Do you know what I mean? Like, find the people, what are the followers of Buddha like? Like, what's their energy? Like, what are the followers of Krishna like? You know what I mean? Just, if you want to find somebody's energy, find the person that they follow and vice versa. And I think like a lot of your questions will be answered. Most of what this society is being run on is fear. Right now, we're under the fear of the coronavirus. And I'm not saying this right or wrong, people have got all kinds of theories about the coronavirus, etc., but if it's not the coronavirus, it's something else. If it's not politics, it's something else. If it's not racism, it's something else. Like, I don't know, I just find myself talking to people that are speaking to me out of fear. Like I said, people already know I speak a lot to religious people, and I kind of find that they're being governed by fear as well. Do you know what I mean? It's the fear of hell, the fear of, you know, not doing the right thing, the fear of God. Like, and I'm just like, well, for me, you're not gonna get the best results. Like, I study a lot of psychology, and even like self-help books, like people always say like fear is a negative emotion and you should let go of fear. And when you let go of fear, on the other side of fear, they say, is what you actually want. And yeah, a lot of these people just run off fear, which is why me and them don't vibe. Like, this is why me and them clash, because at the core of it, essentially, I'm wondering why you're so scared. Like, the fear, I'm literally speaking to somebody who's trying to scare me into following them as well. Like, they want me to have the same fears as them, and I don't have the same fears as them. I don't fear hell, I don't fear God, I don't fear the devil, I don't fear all these things. So it's like, I can't have the same fear that they have, but yeah, that's their diet. Their diet is fear, and they basically want you to eat from the same plate. I see life like a game of chess, and you have to think about the moves ahead that you're going to make. Like, most people I kind of think about one move ahead, and this is all metaphorical. I play chess like daily, and for me to win a proper game of chess, I have to think at least 5 moves ahead, at least 5. And yeah, I really do think that people need to start thinking ahead. And I think a lot of people think for today. And I guess the society that we're raised in, do you know what I mean? Society's like quickly driven, you know, it's instant gratification, it wants everything now, and people generally don't look about tomorrow, or even not even tomorrow. Like I always say, nation-wise, you know, I talk about Black nation building a lot, and nations think about the next 100 years for their nation. So the implications of what they're doing right now, what is it going to be like in the next 100 years? And I like to think like that. I like to think about tomorrow. I like to plan. I like to strategize. I like to, you know, think about things a little bit deeper than the average person thinks of it. So yeah, life is really like a chess game. And I've always said to people, if you want to know what the game of life is, literally, like, take up chess. Like, really take up chess and see how it applies to life, because you'll be very surprised as to how life is a chess game. I know what I want for myself. I wanna. When I was speaking to Mega Man, right, in that interview, I said to him that I want my block on the pyramid. I kind of look at life as well, like you've got to build your pyramid, and but you know, one block of a pyramid can be up to like 10 tons, so it's not easy. My destiny is to leave a mark on the world, in the way that I want to leave a mark on the world. Yeah, and I feel like I'm trying that. I feel like I'm doing it. I really do feel like there's a long way to go though. So I think my destiny is to keep on my path, keep on my journey, and just keep the people around me, man, that are around me, the ones that I feed off, don't take in the negative energy. For me, I find that negative news flies faster than positive news, and people are also more inclined to latch onto negative news than they are to positive news. And it's so funny because the things that are being done positively, for me, I keep the people around that are going to keep that positive energy going. So it's really finding the tools mentally to battle with the negative energy, because I'm telling you, man, like, people will try and draw you into like negative situations, or try and draw you into, you know, the way in which they feel, because misery loves company. It's like so cliche, but it's true. Like, and this is what I found, like, the more and more I develop as a person, is also the more and more people can see me developing, and it scares people. I think sometimes you remind people of how inadequate they are, and it scares them. And I know that may sound arrogant to a lot of people, right? But it's true. The reason why people have quote-unquote haters, if you want to talk about people that are successful, people talk about successful people all the time, and a lot of people talk about them in a negative light, because what happens is those people are actually reminding people of how inadequate they are. And it's not like you can't do the same thing. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's a reminder of your inadequacy. And so, because people are reminded of their inadequacies, their only attack is to try and tear them down, instead of going introspective and saying, okay, cool, that person is like this. How did they get like that? What can I do to maybe imitate them or take from them? They prefer to tear them down. They have like group meetings, they invite their friends around and they watch videos about them and literally just tear them apart to shreds. And it's like, well, if we're honest, in the game of life, they're probably doing better than you, right? So I would say if somebody's doing quote unquote better than you in the game of life, what you're supposed to do is to learn from them. And that's what I do. That's what I do. Like, if I look at somebody and I feel like they're doing better in the game of life, I attempt to try and learn from them, maybe meet them, converse with them, get into their brain, see how they've done it. But I think most people are scared of even interacting with that energy, because they will know, they will actually feel it inadequate. And then also there are some people that want to feed off that energy. So they will want to be around that energy, not to actually do better for themselves, but just to show other people that look at the energy that I'm around, look at this that I'm around type of thing. And it's just like, no, I think human beings can actually do better. And I think they need to put down all the negative energy and like really start focusing on the positive stuff.